Hello, boys and girls, and this is our social studies lesson. You are going to need your holidays magazine. Right now, you should have a whole 4 magazines. I know some of you gave me your magazine, your holidays magazine. That's fine. No worries. You still can look at mine on the video. Alright, so if you have it with you, you're going to open to Thanksgiving and Independence Day. That's on page 12. And read along with me. It says, many families have holiday traditions. A tradition is a special way of doing something that is passed from parents to children. So, many of the holidays that we celebrate nowadays, boys and girls, they got through us as a tradition. They came down from grandparents, from great grandparents, and these holidays will probably continue because we'll pass them down to our children as well, and you'll pass it down to your children too. All right, boys and girls. So here you can see a picture of a Thanksgiving dinner. It says, celebrating Thanksgiving is a chance for people to give thanks for many things. It is also a chance to remember events of long ago. For many families, turkey is a Thanksgiving tradition. It means that many people have turkey on Thanksgiving Day. It's a tradition. Like from many generations, people ate turkey on Thanksgiving. And it probably all started here when last Thanksgiving, boys and girls, when we took a closer look at the Thanksgiving story, we were able to see, boys and girls, how the Native Americans helped the Pilgrims, the Europeans that came to live here in America, and they helped them to survive. On this day, boys and girls, on the first Thanksgiving Day, the Native Americans and the Pilgrims, the Europeans, they gathered together to thank God for all the blessings they have received, for the new friends, for the food, and for their homes. Let's read a little bit about it. Long ago, the Pilgrims were thankful for a good harvest. They shared a feast with the Wampanoag Indians. We remember that feast on Thanksgiving. So the Native Americans, some of these Native Americans belong to the Wampanoag Indians. And when is Thanksgiving celebrated? Look at the Statue of Liberty eating turkey. Thanksgiving is celebrated on the 4th Thursday in November. Alright, boys and girls. So let's go ahead and take a look at our next holiday. And this is a very American holiday. Just as Thanksgiving. So that means that we celebrate it and no one else in the world celebrate these holidays. We celebrate these holidays because they came down to us as traditions. Alright, so let's read about the next one. It says, Independence Day is our country's birthday. People all over our country celebrate the day. Now, how is it that people celebrate this day? People celebrate this day with fireworks and parades. Also, people have picnics. They go to the beach. It's a day off from work, so people gather together and they do a bunch of fun stuff. What do they celebrate? They celebrate, boys and girls, that on July 4th, 1776, the Declaration of Independence was signed and was presented, and our country, the United States of America, became an independent nation. Alright, so it says fireworks are a tradition in some places. Parades are a tradition too. Now, when do we celebrate Independence Day? July 4th. And you can see here the Statue of Liberty with the fireworks on her hand. And you can see the kids eating watermelon, right? And they're wearing the colors of the flag. They're wearing red, white, and blue. And he says, it's right here. Picnics are a tradition for many families. Independence Day is in July, so it's a hot summer day. Alright, boys and girls. before we go into the activity that we're gonna do today, I want you to take a quick look at another 3 holidays. This one says holidays through time, so let's read a little bit about it. It says Thanksgiving and Independence Day, or national holidays. Americans have been celebrating these national holidays for a long time. National means that it's only celebrated in our country. So as you can see, this picture is in black and white, right? It doesn't have any colors. And it's this way because it's a very old picture. It's Thanksgiving Day Parade on 1959. That was many, many years ago. So celebrating national holidays make us feel American. It makes the United States feel like a community, a very big community. So when people gather together and they celebrate the same thing, it's like a big family, one big family. It doesn't matter where you're from. It just matters that you are happy and that you're celebrating with the rest of the people. So it says Independence Day 1906. So this is a picture of a girl in 1906. And we have another picture. This is Independence Day 1910. Looks like a picture of a dad and his 3 children, right? Look, another very old picture. Independence Day, early 1900s. Look at it. There were no cars. Or maybe there's a car over there. But this is like a coach and it's pulled by a horse. Celebrating national holidays give us a connection to our country's past. And it also gives us a connection to our country's future, right? Because we're passing this tradition to our children. Now, our last couple of holidays is going to be Flag Day and Constitution Day. It says, on some holidays, we honor things that are important to our country. And this is about Flag Day. When is Flag Day? Flag Day is on June 14th. June 14th is Flag Day. Now, who is responsible for us celebrating Flag Day? Is this person right here. His name is Bernard Cigrand, and he was a teacher, boys and girls, just like me. And Bernard Cigrand, like I said before, he was a teacher. He lived more than 100 years ago. Bernard Cigrand loved the American flag. He put it on his desk so children could see it. Bernard Cigrand wanted a national holiday to honor our flag. Our flag is so important, boys and girls, and it has so much history. Do you remember when we look at the different pictures of the flag, when it had only 13 stars, and then it has more? So every time you see our flag, it doesn't matter where you are. It's like a part of you, a little part of you. Alright, it says people worked to make Bernard Cigrand's idea come true. And it did. Today, many people fly our flag on Flag Day. So that was one holiday, Flag Day. Now that's a very national holiday because no one else has our flag. No one else in the world has a flag like our flag. Alright, so our last holiday is Constitution Day. It's the day during the 3rd week in September. It's actually, I looked for it. It's actually celebrated on September 17, 1787. And it's not only known as Constitution Day, it's also known as Citizenship Day. And it commemorates the signing of the Constitution, but it also recognizes all people who, by coming of age or by naturalization, have become U.S. citizens. Alright, so this is a picture of the real Constitution, boys and girls. I know it's too tiny, we cannot read that. Look at that. That's the actual handwriting, boys and girls, of people signing the the Constitution. So it's like people sign by different states, right? It says New Hampshire, I think that's Massachusetts, and then we have New York, Connecticut, New York, we have New Jersey, And finally we have, could it be California? It could be California. Like all the people signing for every state. Isn't that cool to actually be able to look at these? All right, boys and girls. So many people signed the Constitution. See if you can find the signatures of these famous leaders: George Washington and Benjamin Franklin. Let's see if we can find George Washington. I don't see it. I can't see it. Benjamin Franklin. Oh, I think this could be Thomas Jefferson. No. These could be George Washington. I don't know. But there are a bunch of names, right? Well, maybe you can find it, boys and girls. Well, boys and girls, now I want you to look for this worksheet. I have it right here. You have it in your packet. And before you do anything else, go ahead and write your name and last name. I made a line over here so you could write your name and your last name. And now we are going to write a little bit, boys and girls, about each of the holidays that we talk about today. By the way, did you know that today it's Cinco de Mayo? And Cinco de Mayo, it's a Mexican holiday. Now, some people think that it's Independence Day for Mexico, but it is not. Cinco de Mayo celebrates I think that the Mexican people won the Battle of Puebla, that they won against Napoleon. So that was a very important battle. But I don't think it's Mexico's Independence Day. But I guess most people celebrate it here in the United States than in Mexico. Well, boys and girls, these are the holidays that we learned today. We learned about Thanksgiving. We just learned a little bit about each of them. 4th of July. So let's do Thanksgiving. You remember what Thanksgiving celebrate? It's Thanksgiving Day. What does Thanksgiving celebrate? So we can say that it celebrates. Let's go ahead and move it over here. It celebrates when the Europeans and the Native Americans. Well, maybe we should move it over here. I'm sorry. I'm not good at remembering words. Maybe it will be a good idea to cover one of these sentences. When they share a feast with the Wampanoag Indians, they were thankful. Long ago, the Pilgrims were thankful for a good harvest. So it celebrates I think we have a space for when here. When the Pilgrims and Indians, we can call them Indians too. Alright, so it celebrates when the Pilgrims and Indians they gather to say thank you. We don't have all that space. So it celebrates when the Pilgrims and Indians, we can say thanks. And we know what they said thanks for, right? We're gonna stop it here because we're running out of space. So it celebrates when the Pilgrims and Indians say thanks. They say thanks for all the blessings, boys and girls, that they had received. I'm going to try to get these on the screen. If you want to pause it now, you can do so. So you can copy this long sentence. This is a long sentence. Do not forget, when you are writing a sentence, you must begin with uppercase, leave a space between the words, and you're gonna put a period at the end. A sentence must also make sense, right? Estoy pausando, no estoy pausando, estoy cogiendo toda la imagen en la pantalla para que si necesitan pausarlo puedan hacerlo. Alright, boys and girls, we're moving on to our next holiday. Our next holiday is 4th of July. And you can see people here having a parade. Now, what do we celebrate on 4th of July? People celebrate the birth of our country. The birth of the United States as a country. So people celebrate. So most holidays we celebrate things or we remember things, right? Because on Veterans Day we celebrate the lives of veterans, but we also remember them. People celebrate the birth, like the birthday, right? So we should sing happy birthday to the United States on 4th of July. The birth of our country. And now we're done with the sentence. We put a period at the end. So here you have the two sentences. This is what you should have. I want you to use nice handwriting. Sometimes I look at your papers, boys and girls, and it makes me so sad. It breaks my heart to see the way you're writing. I need you to use your best handwriting, please. Quiero que usen la mejor letra que tengan, por favor. Usen una letra bonita. Yo sé que ustedes pueden escribir bien. Alright, boys and girls, now we're going to do the last part of this page. We're going to do Flag Day. Do you remember what we celebrate on Flag Day? We celebrate our flag. Celebrate our flag. Celebrate our flag. No, we don't have any more space for flag. Do you remember what are the colors of our flag? The colors of our flag are blue. Okay, so celebrate our flag. We can write the colors blue. Blue, what is the other color? Red. What is the last color? We put comma between blue, comma, red. And then for the last one, we write and. What is the last color? White. So I bet many people on Flag Day, they wear the colors of our flag. We celebrate our flag, blue, red, and white. And I have this sentence on the screen now, so you can copy it. Tengo la oración en la pantalla para que la puedan copiar. Puedan pausar y copiar la oración. Alright, our last holiday, boys and girls, is Constitution Day. Remember what is the other name for Constitution Day? It was Citizenship Day. And we celebrate our Constitution. We celebrate our Constitution. We celebrate our Constitution. We can put our over here. We should write Constitution over here. Our Constitution. I put a period because we are done with our sentence. Alright, once again, I'm going to try to get the entire page on the screen so you can copy your sentences. And that was it for today, boys and girls. I hope you have a very, very happy Tuesday, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, boys and girls.